ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं तत्समस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। भावातीतं गगनसदृशं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Today, by the grace of Almighty Sachidananda Paramatma, omnipresence, omnipotent, only one consciousness of this world, all the installations, knowing it comes from Him, we are taking the 15th verse of Srimad Bhagavad Geeta. In this verse, the Sadguru is telling the significance and helpingness of this tolerance which is described in 14th stanza, how it is helpful to the seekers. Yam hina vyathayantyete purusham purusharva sam dukha sukham dhiram so amratatvaya kalpate. Yam hi na vyathayanti ete purusham purusharva sam dukha sukham dhiram saha amratatvaya kalpate. Yam, those person, he, because no, it means not. Vyathayanti, it means never become unhappy or never become unstable inside. Purusham, to that Purusha, to person, some dukh sukham, who is taking all the pain and the pleasures equality and in the uneffectiveness. He think that sukh dukh they are equal. This type of person get a stable condition inside, that is called dhira. Dhira, it means internal stability is called dhira. So that person, that person, amratatvaya, the nectar of liberation, moksha, kalpate, become able. That person become able for the moksha, for the ultimate liberation, which is knows that the pain and the pleasure both are the same, and it makes a equilibrium. That equilibrium is called dhira. That equilibrium is called the unbreakable patience. That person, he is never feel unbalanced or unpleasant in every change of the Maya, whether they are the sensory organs input create the pleasure or create the pain. That person is able for the moksha, the ultimate liberation. That is the worldly meaning of this stanza. But this stanza is very, very deep meaning. So before the starting this main part of this course, I want to telling you that the God Almighty Sachidananda Paramatma, who is the base of all installation of Maya, and who is the base of all creation, the millions of the uncountable galaxies and the billions of universes, the only and only consciousness of this world and other words, and only the knower of this world and other words, and only existing, that is, he is only existence, other thing is not existing, they are seen as a existing. Because when you sleep in the night, all existing materials disappear for you. When you die, all the world is disappear for you. So how can we say that they are existing? The real existing of the existence is the Sachidananda Paramatma. And the Sachidananda Paramatma came in the form of Krishna, and he is giving the spiritual directives to the Arjuna. My dear friend, we are taking the deep meaning of this verse. This verse is only told for that type of the seekers. They want to Atma Jnana, they want to the ultimate liberation from the Maya. And that's why the Krishna is telling the first condition of Atma Jnana and what must be preparation for the Atma Jnana, and what is the capability of a person, of a seeker, or what is the ability of a seeker for Atma Jnana. Because the Krishna want to aware Arjun, the Krishna want to give the Atma Jnana to Arjun, and Krishna want to stand Arjun in the highest consciousness of awareness. The Krishna want to give to the Arjun the total consciousness and total freedom of awareness. So my dear friend, at the position when any type of the sensory organs stimulation cannot give you any type of the pain, sorrow, or any type of regret, when the sensory organs stimulations take their input and release their output, but you are not disturbed inside. You stand in the equilibrium of the equality of the consciousness. The connection and the connectivity of any type of sensory organs, affiliation with their subjects, with their inputs, you only see by the Sakshi, and you only see the all mechanism of input, processing and output. And any type of input, output and the processing and the method of the physiology or consciousness reactivity and the activity of the sensory organs, different type of the chain reactions or the step by step reactions. You can see all the changes minute by minute, second by second, but you see only. You never involve in the pain and you never involve in the pleasure. You get anything good or you get anything bad, but you do not disturb from inside. Your equability, your equilibrium never disturbed by any type of deformity and differentiation of your getting or losing. My dear friend, that is the good helping condition for enlightenment. And my dear friend, this is not word. This is a applied science. This is a practical meditation which can you do in the surveillance and directives and observation of Sadguru. That is not a only you are knowing by intellect, or this is not a theory of words. This is a complete practice of consciousness. This is the step by step awareness. If a person will not cross a first step, if a person cannot pass a first step or first KG1 class, how can enter in the higher classes? So the Sadguru takes a disciple in his spiritual development, which we called the consciousness development or awareness development, and day to day more and more aware. So Sadguru give this practical knowledge and tell to you, you adopt this knowledge and do this practical and tell to the Sadguru, and Sadguru observe your results. Sadguru observe. What are you doing? Are you doing rightly? Are you doing wrongly? Or what is your understanding? You are understanding rightly, or you are understanding wrongly, or you are awareing, or that your mind is making new conspiracy and he is projecting a fake awareness inside of you. So my dear friend, it is not very easy, because you are countered by a very clever internal enmities. So you have to aware in every second and every minute. That's why Sadguru giving you the Sakshi meditation in the first. And why this Sakshi meditation? You can observe every minute change, and this minute change also, that is I am talking in by this stanza, and Krishna is talking to the Arjuna. Because if you are prepared for this keenness, for this attentiveness, and you are exactly doing as Sadguru telling you, that only you can preserve your equilibrium, your samatha, your stability in the middle of both things. Which is both things? Whether they are pain or whether they are pleasure. Whether they are chosen by your mind and whether they are hating by your mind. Whether they are good for you or whether they are bad for you. Whether they are favorable for you or unfavorable for you. You cannot change the nature. If in the Indore the temperature is 44, 45, or in the Churu the temperature is 48, you cannot change. If in the Russia the particular place, I am forgetting the name, there is the temperature is minus 49 or minus 50. You cannot change the temperature. But if you are the seeker, you can survive everywhere without any tension, sorrow, or without any type of the mind disturbance. Because if you go to in the minus temperature, then you can arrange your body's cloth and other facilities according to the weather. And if you are going in 48 temperature Celsius plus, then you also arrange your body, adjust your body by according to the climate. So take this thing inner side. When the pain is coming, you should adjust and save yourself from the pain. And the pleasure is coming, you should adjust and do not caught in the phantasm, in the unconsciousness, in the blindness of the pleasure. So, when you are seeker, you have the life. So the subject of the sensory organs, they will come surely and certainly. You will feel the hunger. You need food. And you take the food regularly. But if you are not seeker, you can take any type of food. You can take the non-vegetarian food if you are not seeker. You can take the eggs. You can drink the wine. You can drink another material. But if you are a seeker, so you knows by this Sakshi meditation which type of food you must take and which type of food you must not take. How much food you must take and how much food you do not take. What is the manner of taking the food and what is the not manner of taking the food. What is the time of taking the food. What is not time of taking the food. What is the good place to taking the food? What is the bad place to taking the food? Which type of food you must be take? How much food you must be take? Then you will not ask to anyone. Your internal awareness will give you instruction which type of food you take or not take. I told to my master once upon a time. My master tell me which type of food I take or not take. My master knows that I am completely vegetarian person. My master told me, you can take that food which is helpful in your meditation and that not bring the idleness or the laziness in your body. He tell only one thing. And then I become my scientist. Because every person who is doing the Sakshi meditation of awareness, he is aware day to day, more and more. He is going to aware day to day more and more. So, this meditator can easily understand what food must be taken and what food must not be taken. So, I am given only one subject example to you. I am giving a next subject, next example. If you are walking on a road, in the nearby of the road, there is somebody person is burning plastic materials, plastic bags and waste materials. Some notorious person in India, they do this wrong thing. What they do? They put the fire in the dustbins, big dustbins, iron dustbins. And what happened? The dustbin has many things, plastics and other type of dirt and dust and so and old sweeping instruments and many things, tires and pieces of cloth and pieces of plastic and pieces of carbon and many. There is a smoke is coming on the road. What will you do? You go fast from this part of area. You never stop. And the person they can stop the breath. They stop the breath and take breath after crossing that area in the fresh air. Because that plastic or that material's fume that can be disturb your lungs equilibrium. So you save your lungs equilibrium. So the Krishna is telling, this consciousness you bring outside to inside. The five sensory organs subjects, they are agamapai, they are comes and goes. And you want to live in the equilibrium, you want to live in the sakshi. So what you do? If the adverse conditions comes, you never disturb. You, as soon as the condition will go away, or you go the fast in these conditions, and you save your equilibrium, and you save your equality of inside, and your sakshi help you in this equilibrium. If they are unnecessarily tolerable, you cannot tolerate, you accept them, but you accept them in awareness, and you do not disturb in your internal pleasant condition. If you are in outside and you have no appropriate food, but minimum you are taking the vegetarian food you take. So the food, in speaking, in sleeping, in the place, in your job, in your home, all the behavior, you do this type with the awareness, because you knows that this world is like that, and you never disturb your equilibrium, you never disturb your internal stability of the peaceful living. So my dear friend, we call the samatha and sakshi in Hindi. The samatha, the equilibrium, and the disturbing of equilibrium, the equality and inequality, the internal stability and internal instability. Then you knows very well both things. If you want to get this Amrita Tattva, if you want to get this nectar of ultimate liberation, if you want to get this ultimate enlightenment of the supreme stage, if you want to know the internal existence, if you want to know the real presence of that Almighty, which is called someone by God, which is called someone by Parameshwar, which is called someone by Krishna, by Rama, by Guru, many names. If you want to know this, somebody called Atma Jnana, if you want to know this, and if you want to free from forever death and birth cycle, so this is the characteristics of the seekers, that his patience is very deep and unbroken. Nobody broke the patience of the real seeker by any mean or any activity. If the patience is broken, you must understand that your preparation is not complete for enlightenment. So, this patience will come in you by the regular practice of Sakshi meditation every day 70 minutes. Otherwise, there is no any method, no any alternative to give you this type of patience, because all patience in all type of the divine practices, they are artificial, they are temporary, they are unstable, they are not natural, they are unnatural. My dear friend, by the other activities of the divine practices, they can give you the cowardness, and people think you are patient person. That is not real patience, that is the foolishness inside. But the extreme awareness, the quality of extreme awareness can come by this meditation of Sakshi, which we are teaching from the millions of the years by the different type of Sadgurus. So the Sakshi is only one door of the liberation. The Sakshi is the only one door of awareness. The Sakshi is only one door of Atma Jnana. And Sakshi is only one door of total freedom of consciousness. Other doors are not doors, they are strong rocks and walls. Other doors, they will deviate you in the forest of the Maya. You will never reach to anywhere. You will reach in the darkness and illusion, in the mesmerism, in the hypnotism of the Maya. But if you do the Sakshi meditation of awareness, then you can save yourself in this meaningless wandering in the Maya. So this is the extremely enthusiasm. This is the Param Purush, that you know the Paramatma inside. That knowing can save you. That practice of knowing, that starting of the knowing can save you by the help of Sadguru from this dangerous deviation. So my dear friend, for this knowing you must be stand in the equality of the equilibrium. If you want to learn the swimming, that you must go in the water. You cannot learn the swimming on the land. So the water and your body, that make a equilibrium, that make a relation between your body and the water. My dear friend, the light has gone, and we will take this discourse second part in the second time when the light will come. Thank you very much. सत्यबोध बाबू, लाइट तो चली गई, कोई बात नहीं, लेंगे हम।